Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this could be the last game of the evening here. We will wait and see which of these players is able to advance to round 4 of the lower bracket. Spawning in the top right-hand position of Leralac Crest, the blue Zerg player currently down 2-1. It's SortOf. And his opponent spawning over here in the top left position, representing Millennium as the red Terran player, we have Dayshi. Alrighty then. So we have gas after barracks. Not going to be any kind of crazy aggressive gas first build coming in here. Just going to be popping down for Dayshi. I suspect he's going to be sticking to his bread and butter builds. Going for some Banshee action. And SortOf will successfully scout his opponent first try with this drone. So it looks like these guys have been perfectly content to go for pretty standard plays. Now, the drone should know that he can't actually kill off the SCV, and he does. So he, in fact, is just going to be scouting what's going on inside the main base and probably heading out. He's either going to be heading out or he's going to get blocked in and then he's going to steal a gas. And it looks like Dayshi is perfectly content just to go ahead and do his normal build here. And with the SCV coming down potentially for a command center. And yeah, SortOf's drone is going to go back and maybe harass a little bit, but he has to be careful because a Reaper is going to be popping out and kicking his butt if he doesn't go ahead and move on home. Now, it looks like he's going to do that. All is well. Meanwhile, back at home, spawning pool almost done. All happy days over here. And this drone is just going to be moving back up. Reaper actually going cross-map? Is he not? Oh, he hasn't scouted. Oh, dear. Okay, so this Reaper is going to take forever to get to SortOf's base. And that's fine. All of a sudden, these Lings are like, right, we're ready to defend. Oh, there's nothing to defend. That's going to be pretty sweet. So that is a kind of a small sigh of relief for SortOf, not having to do so much micro-intensive stuff at the beginning of the game. And here comes the Reaper. Unfortunately, he gets there just as the Queen pops out, so this is going to be significantly easier than previous. Beep, 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 boom. I like how there are little lights on the grenades as well. Why is it that in games and in movies, like, grenades have to have, like, really, really loud sort of ticking with lots of lights flashing and stuff, and bombs are always going, that's it, I'm going to detonate the bomb! The bomb will detonate in 10 minutes. I watch too many action movies, that's the problem. I expect this now. No one hits a button and the bomb detonates. You go, right, let's do it! Beep! 15 minutes and counting. Kind of feels like that's what they outfitted the Reapers with. It's like, don't give them a timer, you're chucking them in front of you, it's fine, just smack. Have some instant carnage. Or instant super fun happy slide. When the queens jump up in the air, they look so cute. I think they're enjoying themselves, really. So the first couple of Hellions are now outside the natural expansion. And actually, this queen has successfully held on to those two creep tumors as well, taking a little bit of damage herself. But we will be able to get that creep down, which is awesome. And we have the third base down. And it's kind of covered by this ramp, unless you go through the rocks here. So that's going to mean SortOf is relatively safe on Leralac Crest on his initial 3 bases. He's going to be feeling okay. And we have a Zergling going to be heading all the way into the main base. Okay, it does actually get lifted. So he won't spot officially that a Cloaked Banshee is incoming. Oh, but he will with the Overlord here. So there we go. He even sees the researching going on. And Dayshi must be wondering, hang on a second, did he actually see the starport there? But we know that he did. Oh, and we have a pause. Maybe he is getting a ruler out and calculating the distance between the Overlord and the starport. Okay, he's done that. 12 centimeters on his monitor means that maybe he did actually see it. And instead now we're going to be resuming and heading into the game. Now, once again, the Banshee is moving into the front of the pack with the Hellions. Ooh, we might have a deviation, of course, here to go and attack the third base. Unfortunately, it's just a Spore Crawler and nothing else right now. Ooh, And these drones are thinking twice, but we're going to be heading into the main base. There is also a queen and a spore crawler there. Oh, if we can pick off a Ravager, that's going to be, you know, a non-zero amount of damage done. Unfortunately, a Transfuse says absolutely no to that, and this Banshee is in a little bit of struggle bear mode right now, not going to lie. And it's being chased by queens and an Overseer, so I think she's going to have to get out there pretty quickly indeed. Oh, and good effort to try and pick off this Banshee, but it won't quite work. Brenda sees everything. And the scan doesn't actually enable Dayshi to pick off these creep tumors, which is a little bit unfortunate. If you're spending a scan, you might as well do it. Third base almost complete now for Dayshi. Oh, hello. And was that a little bit of a lapse in concentration? Because one of these, possibly two of these Hellions are going to get picked off here. And he does have to be very careful when stuff like this happens, but the Zerglings will be moving back. Oh, really? You really want to move into that, mate? Ravager shot or two will take that out, and then you're just one Hellion army. So, Dayshi losing most of those units. How many workers have been killed this game? Well, 3 so far, which I guess is acceptable. Obviously, he wants that to be more, but he has forced stuff like Spore Crawlers out of SortOf. But I feel like SortOf's plan hasn't really altered. There's been a little bit of harassment, but not as much in some as in some other games. And he's on 66 drones to 52 SCVs right now. And he's generally feeling pretty undisturbed, to be perfectly honest. The siege tanks. Oh, and the changeling gets no opportunity. Poor siege tanks there. And it looks like, based on the serial number on that wheel, I'm going to assume that a Hellion just got blown up in the middle of the map. Now, rocks at the third base being taken down, and that to me signals a fourth base over here for SortOf. There we go, telegraphing his intent. And with so much creep out the middle of the map, if SortOf is able to spread his creep out into kind of a watchtower sort of territory, it makes it really difficult for Dayshi to come around and attack this hatchery, which means that most of his attacks that end up being effective will end up going straight through the middle and the rest of his army here. But the creep hasn't quite spread that far yet, and he's picking off those active creep tumors. He's got hold of the watchtower now, and he's thinking about coming on in. So Dayshi doesn't see the positioning of the army. He just sees these creep tumors right now. I'm not sure about moving forward against this tank, but maybe it's okay. We have the other half of the army trying to wreak havoc at the third base, and there isn't actually much to defend. It's only 2 siege tanks right now, but 2 siege tanks might be enough against this small number of roaches. A lot more units now surrounding everything else at the middle of the map, and Dayshi is going to have to vacate the middle watchtower. Workers killed now, going up to 11 versus 3. So SortOf managing to kill off a good number of workers at that third base location, and he is now ahead 65 to 55 workers. Giving chase. I mean, he'll be able to pick off the Overseer, but really what he wants is a couple of Ravagers there. Picks off all of these units in the medevac. Wow. Overseer. Feels good, man. Survived how many Marines here? And SortOf actually going for a big counterattack. Has Dayshi overextended. A couple of Banelings here as well, allowing SortOf to move straight up into the main base, and the door is open. Oh no, oh no, oh no. These SCVs are trapped in the third. Door open inside the main. And even though these will get cleaned up, it means that SortOf has the potential now to... Well, he stops the +2 upgrades. He picks off some of the production structures. He's completely cleaned out the third base the second time in this game. And he's now gone ahead by over 50 supply. This is pretty big, to be honest. And this is a very difficult situation for Dayshi to be in. SortOf trying to push this into a game 5. His army supply is currently 94 versus 38. Dayshi, as usual, is being so efficient with his army, doing a great job with those siege tanks. Oh, and again, beautiful pickup. And a great job with his buyout. But I think there simply isn't enough stuff to deal with right now. Finally, we have a shot from a Ravager taking out that siege tank. There is, though, siege tank's little brother moving up here. And this time around, I don't think the 1 siege check is going to be enough to break in. 100 versus 29 army supply. There are more units streaming out across the map. The natural expansion, admittedly, you could just leave 2 drones there, 2 roaches there even, and take it apart. And there's the GG. So we have got a game number 5 in what I think will be the last series of the evening, sort of 2-2 with Millennium Dayshi.